Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening with this one. I have to try to figure this out. Um, but so yeah, Georgia. So Georgia comes in undefeated. They just got by Ohio State though. Um, so I'm kind of surprised that Georgia is so much of a favorite. That almost 14-point favorite. I think it dropped to 13 now. Um, I'm feeling a closer game than this. I'm feeling maybe a one score, maybe a classic type of game. I don't know, but TCU, people will just people forget how nobody saw this team getting this far. It's been a historical run, no matter what. But they have a chance in this game with that high-powered offense. To me, it's really their defense. Their offense gonna have to score some points, which they kind of did struggle to do a little bit late. But I in the Michigan game, but it was mainly their defense that kind of let Michigan back into the game. I think they're going to need another high scoring game, maybe another 51-point game to win tomorrow. Georgia's defense was also not great though against Ohio State, 42-41. Ohio State was just a field goal away from us talking about an Ohio State TCU championship tomorrow, which would have been great. But I really like Georgia. I really have a lot of respect for Kirby Smart. So I think this is going to be a great game. Um, Obviously, Georgia is the favorite to go repeat tomorrow. Um, TCU, really, it's going to come down to their defense. I feel like they showed that they can score on what was considered a very good Michigan defense, and they're going to have to do it again against a good Georgia defense tomorrow. But which I think they can, and they could, and I think that they can get stops. I think they'll be able to score. It's just more about getting stops. Um, Talk about the red zone. That's going to be very important. The Georgia secondary did struggle a little bit against Ohio State. That's really going to be big. TCU's got a really explosive offense. Both of these dubs do. And then also, obviously, the interior is huge, especially in a game like this. Um, yeah, I think that this interior is going to be, especially on the defensive part, um, different than what TCU has seen this whole season. Really, though, what I'm looking for is the explosive plays. Who's going to have more of them really could dictate who wins this game. I would say both of these offenses are kind of built off of those a little bit. It reminds me of the Chiefs. Both of these offenses that they get those big plays that can really hurt you out of nowhere sometimes. Georgia as well as TCU. Um, so for TCU, you can't have those explosive plays on the defensive side. You've got to get them on the offensive side. You got to be good in the trenches. Um, and I'm feeling a shootout kind of game. I really am feeling a shootout kind of game. 40s. The winner, I think, is going to have to score a lot of points because both of these offenses are so explosive. To be honest with you, I could see TCU winning this. Georgia, great receivers, great backs for TCU. Um, And it's questionable whether Kendre Miller is going to play. He went out at halftime, remember, of that Michigan game. The backup came in. Um, he's 50-50, but the backup came in and did a great job. So if they got to go to Imani Bailey tomorrow, I don't think that they're going to be too worried. But really, this game, one way I can sum it up for you is big plays. Who's going to get more of them? And that very well should be who wins this game tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, TCU, I think people are kind of counting them out already. And this is a great offense. And you saw how Georgia struggled against kind of a similar offense in Ohio State and CJ Stroud. So I can see TCU putting up some points. I think this is going to be a great game. I think this is going to, I'm definitely feeling a shootout kind of game. TCU trying to win their first championship since 1938. Georgia trying to repeat. Stetson Bennett has been great. So has Max Duggan, who's going to be the better quarterback tomorrow. This is a great game. Um, but the one other thing that's not talked about enough is the rebuild of TCU. Same coach took that program from, what were they last year? 4 wins, something like that. 2021, 2022. They were 3-6 in conference, 5-7. Didn't even make a bowl game. Um, and now you talk about they're in the national championship, 1 game away from winning it tomorrow. They got to play the number 1 team in the country, but they can do it. Just an excellent turnout. I'm sure a lot of this is the game. I love Georgia, um, and but I would like to see TCU win this. I mean, one of those moments for them to get back here. Obviously, Max Duggan. Um, is he going to the draft next year? I think he is. So as much as I like to see them win it, I think Georgia's going to have more explosive plays. I think they'll get the stop. Yeah, he is. Max Duggan is declaring. They'll get the stops when they need it, and I'll take Georgia to win this game 45-35. I'm feeling a shootout kind of game, though. The Georgia Bulldogs will be repeat back-to-back champions, is what I'm saying. But don't be surprised if TCU keeps this very close or wins this. I'm not feeling kind of like that Alabama-Ohio State game a couple of years ago. We thought it'd be better. Alabama won that game, I think 52-24. I'm not feeling that kind of game. I think it's going to be a lot closer. I think TCU has the ability to score points, which was different from that game. And I think that they can keep up with Georgia in the shootout, but I don't think the whole way through. I think the Georgia defense is good enough to not allow a repeat of last week. But, yeah, I think the Georgia Bulldogs will be repeat champions. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys for listening. NFL playoffs start this week. I'm going to Las Vegas, so it's going to be difficult for me to make content, but I will try my best to get you guys a preview of the playoffs Friday night. I want to do 2 previews. We're going to do a preview, obviously, of this week's games, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Um, try to get you guys full preview for that. We'll do the whole preview Friday probably, or I'll see maybe we break it down. We'll probably end up breaking it down, actually. For that, yeah, I'm thinking we'll do a break. We'll break it down for Saturday's games, Sunday's games, Monday game, and then we're also going to be doing on Friday. We'll make a full preview for the playoffs, so we'll predict how I think the whole playoffs is going to go. So I'll see you guys Friday. Unfortunately, I'll try my best to maybe get on for the end of this game tomorrow. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. It was great calling that World Cup final. That was the biggest game ever called. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to call this game. But hope you guys enjoy it. I got Georgia winning it. Let me know who you got. See you guys Friday.